Right, welcome back, part 2. This is the same location. Haven't moved. Just stopped the video and went again.
We just stopped the video. We regrouped, topic what questions we're going to answer, and then just done that. Like, I mean, we're not bullshitting. We're just saying how it is.
Right into it.
That's it. So, yeah, well, part 2 now. You just watch part 1, and I'm just going to jump to the conclusion.
Did you say watch part 1?
I said just watch part 1.
I bet you half the people fucking gave it a miss after 5.5.
Yeah. So if you actually swipe down, you'll see part 1. So after you watch it, go back to part 1. You're backwards, cunt. And another one. I'm going to anticipate this. I'm going to thank you already for sharing the last video. I'm going to hope you share part 1. I'm just assuming this now, right? So this is part 2. Thank you for sharing. And anyone wants to donate, please donate, because this is what it's all about. And we're just trying to make a bit of crack with it and enjoy ourselves. So anyway, welcome to part 2 of the Q&A with Open Out Fitness and Glenn and myself.
Thanks.
Right, Glenn. Alright, Dara, hit them up with the questions. As I said in the last one, Dara is one of the first qualified coaches in
Whose battery's low?
Battery's low. Dara is one of the first qualified coaches in Ireland, and he runs the Up and Out Fitness group. He's based in Coolock, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, let's get going. There's more questions.
Right, I'll go first. Right, so Sean again, he hockeyed the questions up on this. What are you doing to recover? So.
We're based on the three of us, because Dara's doing it a completely. You're more competitive. You are competitive, aren't you?
Really?
He's done triathlons. He's a triathlon
coach.
Yeah,
he's competitive.
Right, yeah, so you answer that, and then I'll jump in then after maybe.
Well, we're walking as well, so we're doing 20,000 steps a day. So I know for myself, it's sleep, prioritising sleep, and nutrition, sleep and food, just getting everything into me.
Rest days, hocking the old massage going over, and then the old trip to the Coolock recovery room at the Coolock recovery room. Graham Hogan. Come on, bloke.
So, yeah.
What would you do?
Anyway, yeah.
What would you do for recovery?
Yeah, like it depends on kind of my training week. So, like active recovery is a big part of my week every week. So, if I go for a long run on a Saturday, I'd have an active recovery bike on a Sunday. So it's still moving, but I'm going at a very low gear, just spinning the legs out. Do you know what I mean? So that's one thing that if you haven't already done, active recovery is great for building endurance in your legs, because as you said, you are very new to the sport. So
would you do it the opposite way? Would you, if you were to do a 20-kilometre cycle at a good pace, would you do a 10k at a nice calm pace, or a 10?
No.
So always go with the bike from the run.
Always go run then bike, because yeah, kind of like, listen, if you do a run after the bike, it's not the end of the world, but you are like risking that chance of injury a little bit more.
Okay.
Because you know how like running is hard on the body, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Take down your notes. Put that down your
But but I do active recovery, rest days, Epsom salt baths, sea dips, the whole lot. There's so many things. It's just what works for you.
Are you a fan of Epsom salt baths?
Yeah, I love them. Yeah, I'm a little woman. Yeah, jump in the bath twice a week, I'd say.
We're not showing here. I'm gonna go to the shop on the way home. Can we go? Can we swim to the shop on the way home?
Yeah, so yeah, it's whatever works for you as well, boys. So yeah, nutrition is a huge thing. You know yourself. Taking protein after runs, recovery and sleep. So yeah, you're spot on.
Do I have any more? No, it's either.
The motherfuckers abuse the question. He's abused them.
It's slagging you, it's slagging your dad, it's slagging me board.
He's abused them, and you know who you are. So Dara, take the lead here. Dara got a few in his group.
I got a few like normal questions. He's got a mad.
He put up on his Up and Out Fitness, which is fucking professional account, and I put it on my professional account. You still abused it. You know who you are.
Well, I got a few value ones available. Anyways. How do you start sea swimming? Did you just jump in one day?
So, you said right, tell me
out to swim in general.
Right, I'm off.
Yeah, I went out. One thing I'll say about sea swimming, it's so important to go out with a group. Like when I went out with my first sea swim, I played and got the fright of my life. Like, you know, you're getting whacked out with waves. It's completely different to the pool, so it's very important you get out. So I went out in a group, and I've experienced swimmers just to feel comfortable and stay beside each other. Do you know what I mean? So just to build the confidence up. So yeah, that's. If you are getting into sea swimming, make sure you go out with a group. And if you don't know some of the sea swims, hit me up, because I know loads of people, including myself. So that's that.
Any inquiries whatsoever to do with running, cycling, anything like that, and you didn't put them in the Q&A and you're watching it now, do just text his group, text the page and Up and Out Fitness. They'll be tagged in it, and
or even if you do want to kind of build up your confidence as well, like, as long as you have somebody there with you watching you, do you know what I mean? Like someone just at the shore watching you. So they never go out on your own. Like, I don't care how good of a swimmer you are. I know people who have swam 5k, 10k in the open water and still always swim with people. So that just goes to show you.
What's the longest swim you've ever swam?
4k.
Fuck, how long did that take you?
Jesus, I can't remember. Jesus, I have it on my Instagram. One second, I'll find out. But yeah, that's a full Ironman distance swim. So it was 3.8 actually. But I think my sighting was a bit off. Sighting is like, if you're looking in a race day, you'll be swimming more than likely swimming around buoys. So these are just like floating devices that you be looking towards to go kind of do a loop.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's something you need to work on as well in the open water. The sighting where you're going, because your swim could end up being 2k instead of, do you know what I mean, the actual distance you're supposed to be doing.
I want that.
Yeah. So you just have a 1.5 swim.
How long do you reckon you'd be looking to do that in?
40 minutes.
Listen,
again,
water's mad. You can't fuck with Mother Nature.
Yeah, but again, it can conditions is a huge part of sea swim, because you can go out one day and it's flat as a pancake and there's no drag and you're not against it. Do you know what I mean? Like you're not against the pull. And then some days you go out, it's choppy, it's mental. Like you're never gonna have a consistent pace on a sea swim. Like do you know what I mean? If you go for 4 sea swims and do the same loop, they're all gonna be different times. Like it's not like running where you can kind of try pace yourself at a certain pace, because conditions are a huge factor.
Fuck. Yeah, it's 40 minutes for you. You've done it. It'll be about an hour for me, and you watch.
No, but as I said, I keep saying it, but the sooner you get the wetsuits, get out, build confidence, because at the moment it's the unknown for you.
Yeah.
And you need to just get that out of your head.
We're talking about it a lot.
Yeah.
I fucking do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we're at the Odeon now. There's a river over there. We're going to L3 into that now in a second, because I'm getting nervous now.
Right, what's next?
Someone asked, how do you train for triathlon? Do you train 3 times a day? Now, that's actually, most people who don't know triathlon might think that there's 3 disciplines, so you have to try to train them every day all together. So that's not the case. What we do is we'd split the week out. So like on a Monday you'd have a sea swim, a Tuesday you'd have a run, Wednesday bike, Thursday run, Friday bike, then maybe Saturday do a long run and a swim, and then Sunday you'd have your active recovery bike. So it's all about splitting sessions up. And then you can also do what's called a brick session. I was chatting to you about that before.
Yeah.
Which is basically you're adding 2 sessions on top of each other. So it's called a brick session. So you'd go out and do a 5k run, and then you jump on the bike and you do whatever 20k on the bike. Oh no, sorry, the opposite way around. You do the cycle first, and then you go out on a run, because you want to know how that feels on your legs. Because running off the bike and running normally is completely different. Like say if you have a pace of 5 minutes, I'm just using 5 minutes because it's an example, but if you have a running pace of 5 minutes, after cycling for 40k, your pace is going to be different. Like it's going to be different, it's going to be slower. Or what loads of triathletes do is they do a negative split on their run. So what that means is you run slower at the start of your run to pace yourself, and then you go faster as you get into the run. So it's not, because normally what happens is after you get off the bike, your legs feel real loose, your hips are loose, and you're going faster than you expected.
Yeah. And
you're just like, lovely happy days, I'm cruising. For the first kilometre or 2 you're cruising, and then you're like, your legs wake up and you're like, oh fuck, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So that's something to be careful of, is pacing yourself off the bike. That's brick sessions.
That's one thing. We're actually going the 1st of May we're going to phase 3, where we want to bring brick sessions in. So what would you recommend for us to do?
Yeah, so I'd recommend you do the full bike of the 40k and then do a 5k run.
Straight in now from the 1st of May, give it a go, pick one day and do it.
No. So when is your race?
19th of June.
19th of June.
Yeah, so maybe in the middle.
Last minute too early, are we?
Yeah, don't go too early. Yeah, you don't want to peak too early, do you know what I mean, in terms of your training volume.
Not even in the saddle you don't want to peak too early.
Yeah.
No, so when would you recommend we should bring brick sessions in?
Well, if you are bringing them in, bring smaller ones in. So I was saying about the 40k and the 5, like that's probably the max. Like I wouldn't recommend just do anything more than that. That'd be your peak brick session. Yeah. Like you wouldn't be doing any more than 40k on the bike and
before the race.
Yeah. Like you like, otherwise you'll have the distance done. You want to be able to like not have done the distance. Like, well, me personally, I like to have that unknown part of like you don't want to.
You haven't gone into them waters yet.
Yeah,
I get you.
Because at the end of the day, like you can do a 40k cycle and 10k run, and then you're like, right, I haven't done the sea swim. But it's important to just be careful of the training volumes and not overdo it.
Yeah, this is a much more serious part 2, and that's more serious than part 1. Watch part 1, it's good if you haven't seen it. Right, what else do we have on the agenda there?
I think I have a few more questions. So let's get one more.
Yeah, it's like a fucking UFC press conference, isn't it?
Right.
Dana White in the back.
So
alright, next
I'll
one.
ask you this,
Right.
and then maybe I'll answer. I'll throw in my part as well. So how do you manage to keep motivation up and for consistent training?
It's for charity, isn't it?
It's the goal. Yeah, it's more
If
the
we
goal.
don't do it, they ain't getting fed.
It was more kind of what we said in the first episode, what our purpose of doing it and why we are doing it.
Yeah,
that we want to do it for something different.
Yeah.
And we want to do it for a different purpose, just to give obviously
Yeah.
weight to break, something to look forward to.
Something
Doing
different.
it for the charity itself. The charity I'm doing it for is close to my heart personally.
So yeah,
Same as
the main thing there is the overlying thing is you set a goal.
Yeah.
That's how you keep motivation up, or like that's how you keep consistent. Is because you have a goal. If you just you're trying for nothing. If you pick a date and you set a goal, do you know what I mean, you're gonna work towards that. You have to write it down. So you have a goal, you have a date, and if you don't keep up with consistency, you're gonna pay for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'd recommend. Is,
I think for us especially, like it's a new sport. For us. Every training session's a goal, really. Like it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Every new 10k or every cycle, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Every session's a goal, I think.
100%.
Some days you'd be dreading it.
You're hitting personal best. You're hitting milestones in your own training.
Every day is a goal. Like every day you should be aiming to like smash what you're gonna do. It goes with anything you do in life, really. I think.
100%.
So that's really all the questions, really.
I think we got one more in there, but you've loads of time. Who are you to dictate this?
I'll try. I think I get one more. Will I?
Get one more. Why you
Right.
You want to cut this out? Trying to bully me on this show.
Have you fucking replaced him?
This is slowly turned into a podcast.
You'll be
like
replaced.
I predicted.
Yeah, like most of the other questions are about.
You get fucked out as quick as you came
Yeah,
in.
so this is another swimming question. It's a loads of sea swim questions, which is good because it's the one thing that most people.
That's it.
haven't-
Bang them out. We'll even do a little quick fire round.
Yeah.
You've seen Chase
So,
before. The
I'm thinking about starting the odd
Chase
sea
program.
swim dip. Should I get a wetsuit? If so, what one? So it just obviously depends what distance you plan to swim and stuff like that, like and your kind of price range on a wetsuit. But yes, the answer is yes to get one because sea swim with a wetsuit and without a wetsuit is completely different. Like the wetsuit gives you buoyancy, so that just means you're floating up. You nearly don't kick your legs. Loads of people make the mistakes. Yeah, like I was training with two of the lads who were only getting to triathlon last year, and they were going out to the sea and they were kicking like fuck. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what it's on in the swimming pool. Do you know what I mean? Kick like, but in actual fact, your wetsuit will keep your legs up like that, and it's just about using your hands. Now you do kick the odd time, but nothing like it's not because normally in a swimming pool if you don't kick you're sinking.
Yeah.
But the wetsuit will keep you like that. So that's just something to know for you too, because otherwise you'll burn out. You'll be kicking like mad.
Yeah.
And you said just burning energy. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
There is more in depth on that question in part one of the video. If you do want to go back, Dara answered something similar to that and went into a lot of detail with it. If you are interested on it, do check it out. But other than that, are we happy? Is there any more you want to go through that's on it? Or?
no, they're all the main ones. Yeah, just about sea swimming and talking about like how we kind of train and stuff like that and recover. So they're all the main ones.
So listen, thank you everyone who got questions in, and thank you so far to everyone who has supported us and donated. Please keep on sharing the videos, get them around, and even leave a comment around what you want to do. If you want to come out running, cycling, and we're going to start swimming soon, if you want to come out and even slag us or do anything to us, you're more than welcome. You'll push us. Dara, Up and Out Fitness, do check him out. His page will be tagged in it as well. And that's part two.
Thanks for
Thanks for
coming.
having me.
Thanks a lot for coming.
Thanks a lot for
actually.
coming.
We're thanking
And
you, and he's the one here.
And you know what? About 2 weeks before, I would say an episode before we're coming up, we'll have a pencil in for another date.
Yeah, we'll
Second
get him back in. We'll get Dara out with us and see, let him critique us and see how we're doing.
Yeah.
Dara's always checking in, he's always texting us and making sure everything's going okay. And another one, anyone out there who does photography or anything, get on to me. But Nick's out there for you, something special.
what?
I hope you can cycle a bike as well.
Keep on quiet.
I don't have to tell you everything. Right, anyway, thank you, and we'll see you
Thanks,
next
folks.
week.
We're going to the shop. See you later.
Come on.